All right, so this week we've been talking about maps. We've talked about several different things about maps. And I want you to take a look at the map that's projected up here right now. What do you notice about this map? Dylan, what do you see?
The Gulf of Mexico.
Okay, you can see the Gulf of Mexico down at the bottom. What else do you see?
Map.
What else?
It says the top Louisiana.
It's Louisiana. It's a picture of the state of Louisiana. What do you notice on top of the state of Louisiana? Jaden?
I can barely see the words.
Okay. It's kind of hard to read the words on the screen up there. That's okay.
I can see one word in it.
What do you notice that's laid across the map?
There's numbers and letters.
There's numbers and letters. Those numbers and letters that are making the boxes on the map are called a grid. So a grid's a pattern of lines that makes squares. So why do you think that they would put a grid on a map? Why would you maybe want a grid on a map, Scotty?
To find a certain place.
Yeah.
E4.
Exactly. It makes it easier to find places that you're looking for, especially if you have a map with a lot of places on it, or a really large map and you don't know exactly the location you're looking for. So they'll put on a lot of maps, you'll see a grid. Some of them, like this one, have the numbers going across the top and letters going down the side. Some of them are flipped around. It doesn't matter though, which way the letters and numbers are, you can still use them to find what you're looking for. They can also have something down here at the bottom, like you see, called an index. So you might look at that index and find the name of the town you're looking for, and it's going to say, here it says Alexandria. And it says that Alexandria is located in C3. So that tells me I need to go to letter C and over to the number 3. And in that area is where the city of Alexandria is located. So those grids help you to be able to find stuff. Okay. I want you to look at the letter A. Find the letter A. And then the number 1. Do you see box A1? Yeah, that's the very first box. Top row, first box. Do you see this river running through it?
Yes.
Okay, I know you're not going to be able to read the words from where you're sitting. But do you see a word here to name that river?
No.
So how am I going to know what the name of that river is? Scotty, how am I going to know?
Pretty sure it has the name right there.
Yeah, if I continue following the river down, here I see that that's the Red River. Okay.
I feel like I've heard of that.
The Red River. Okay, so the important thing for you to know is that we can use a grid to help us find places on a map, and that the index can be another way to locate cities. Do you think it would be easier to search all over a map full of cities for the name of a town, or to go down to the index where it's in alphabetical order? Definitely going to the index and then seeing which grid square it's in will make it easier. Okay, so you have a few questions to answer today about this grid. So a lot of them you're going to be looking at the map and locating the cities that are inside the map. Some of them you'll be looking for the name of a city and you'll be finding the grid square. So let's practice that. Right here we have the city of Monroe. What grid square is Monroe in?
A B3.
B, it's in row B and square 3. So that would be B3. Very good. How would I find how many grid squares the Red River runs across before joining the Mississippi River? How would I figure that out? Where was the Red River?
The Red River, it was in C2.
Yeah, it's this river that runs across the state before joining the Mississippi River, which forms the border. So I would literally just count the squares and see how many squares it crosses before it comes over and joins the Mississippi River. All right, do you have questions about the grid squares on the map? Yes, ma'am.
I don't have a question, but my mom and dad are going to the Mississippi River.
They are.
Around, like, later or around now.
Okay. All right, any questions? All right, you may get started.